In this lesson we will make final tweaks to the body. Select the edges, and scale them to straighten them out. Select the neighboring edges, and also straighten them. Select the verts, and translate them forward, rounding out the form. Continue to make your way up, translating the verts. Proceed to space out the topology. Do the same for the neighboring verts too. Further tweak the verts, rounding things out. Make your way to the back, and translate the verts. Go to the base of the neck, and straighten them out. Let's work on the back, but first let's set up a rear camera. Click on View, select Camera. In the channel box, rename it to Back. Click on Show, Camera. Rotate in Y, by -180. Translate the camera, position it behind the body. Click Panels, Orthographic, Back. Now we have created the rear camera, let's continue making tweaks, bring back the reference. Assign the transparency shader to the mesh. Everything seems to be looking good, let's touch things up. Assign the default, Lambert shader. Press F, to frame on the mesh. Translate the verts, around the neck. Switch to top view, and further round out the form. Take the vert at the shoulder, and translate it back. Move to the back, and work on spacing things out. Take the verts on the spike, and translate them up. Continue working on tweaking the back. Select the verts on the back, and scale them, to straighten them out. Take the verts on the front, and translate them forward, further rounding things out. Duplicate the mesh, and mirror it over. Mirroring geometry is an excellent way to see what further adjustments need to be made. There seems to be a slight gap, let's fix it. Select the vert, and zero it out in X. Continue rounding things out. Make your way to the back. Select the vert, and translate it down, spacing things evenly. Switch to side view. Continue straightening things. Turn on X-ray, and translate the verts. Switch to smooth preview, and see how things are lining up. Things are a little off, let's adjust the verts, so they better match up to the reference. Take the verts on the leg, and translate them forward. Things are really taking shape. Switch to front view. Straighten out the verts with the scale tool. Use the scale tool to adjust the wideness of the mesh. Take the group of verts at the back of the leg. Straighten the verts out. Use the rotate tool, this will space out the topology. Proceed to do the same with neighboring verts. Take the vert, and translate it down. Tweak the verts at the shoulder. Add another edge, straighten it out with the scale tool. Translate the edge, evening out the topology. Add another 3 edges, now we have an even distribution of polygons. Select the verts at the base of the arm, and use the scale tool to straighten them out. translate the verts, spacing things out. Adjust the verts, at the torso a touch. Take the verts, at the underside of the arm, and translate them back. Switch to Smooth Preview, and match things up to the reference. Using the scale tool, adjust the wideness. Make your way up, tweaking where appropriate. Switch to Front View, and repeat the process. Just like before, use the scale tool to tweak the volume. Take the verts at the underarm, and translate them forward a touch. Let's duplicate and mirror the geometry, to see how things are looking as a whole. It looks like we need to make a few more tweaks. Take the vert between the legs, and translate them. Do the same, for the neighboring verts. Continue rounding out the form. Switch back to Smooth Preview again. Delete the other half of the geometry. Continue working on the shoulder. Space out the verts, so everything is even. Make your way to the back, and translate them down, neatening the form. Do the same for the neighboring verts, translating them up, so things are nice and straight. Finish off by using the scale tool. Tweak the tail geometry, rotate them a touch, so it lines up with the reference, and do the same with the neighboring ones too. Take the two lower back verts, translate them a touch. Make a few more tweaks. Great, I'll see you in the next video.